twice since Masters. One of those was that dominant loss against Vision Strikers, but he's certainly online. I think the big question is, how good is Heat realistically against some of the other Jets or other players in the world? It's certainly up there, but you also need to see him almost put the rest of the team on his back, like Scream-esque almost.
I want to point out, Heat has 3 kills. They are all on Zeke. In each round, he's been the opening kill.
On the Reyna as well.
He found him, yeah, he found him with the Marshall. Last round, he peeked him with the rifle. He's done it with the Op. So he's already killed him, 3 different guns, 3 different rounds. Of course, in this one, an inherent disadvantage for Zeke. But they're being caught all over the shop. MW0 ready for the push, and these individual peaks are just garnering absolutely nothing for Acend.
Effectively, the fact that Heat has the operator on this early, and this is looking to be a flawless. We'll see what it's like. At least Heat can try and keep that gun in hand. It means that for the next 8 rounds on his defense, he might still have that sniper rifle in his little paws. Now, Cned has picked up
30 seconds
that
left.
stinger, just a bit of a lighter buy from him. But from this distance, I don't think he's beaten Vixen.
I will be a little bit annoyed if he does somehow get something done, especially now he's been spotted. It just doesn't seem like the gun that's going to be able to do anything. Yeah, look how much health he still has left, Ryan. Let's
God bless the sting.
Nothing.
Have come in and surprised. It's not like out there when it comes to strategies, but the play is tighter. That to me is much more interesting from watching those games before. But now you were saying about that attack operator, it finally gets seen it off the board and Heat goes down first. Yeah,
they were waiting for Heat. They know he's going to be pushing in every single round, and as I said, he's been finding an opener onto Zeke, so maybe Zeke will feel a little bit safer. He's like, oh god, good, he's dead. Maybe there's a chance I can actually survive in this round, but that 1 kill might not necessarily be the difference. We know how heavy Acend like to lean into this A site. Thanks, Jess, for that one. But we're going to see the Killjoy all pulled. Maybe you're just preemptively expecting this. It's been destroyed, so I guess technically they have baited out a not on the other side from Bone Cold, but the whole team is now here ready and waiting.
Yeah, there's no flanks around. That's exactly what kyedae is checking, but now we might actually go on a bit of a lurk. He's realized how much space is here, and Zeke, the rest of his team are retreating, but he's able to hold on. These layers are so important, so the fact that Zeke has been dying first for the majority of the rounds, now we start to see him do exactly what you want to see from a reyna. The amount of players that kept over on the A site just from him now. Everybody else has rotated away. Vivo don't want to take that risk, and they can't because Zeke is still going to push. Murray's does eventually take him down.
Yeah, but he's wasted enough time. The rest of the team set up ready and waiting. Cned's operator will put a second in the grave, and well, this round in itself is looking grave. A cleanup for Acend.
He's known is worthy of a shout as well with the work that he's been doing in the scene for that. And it is an interesting thing, especially when you have some Jets in this tournament that don't really play the op a lot. For example, later on we see Patapan. Not really known for the op. You got BA, he's amazing with all of the guns. He's the most well-rounded one. So Cned versus Heat is going to be interesting in various ways other than who gets the most killing kills.
The timing here is going to be everything. They didn't spot out Heat, and he's already taken off 2 heads. Not the start that they were looking for. He waited for his moment and found it perfectly. Still a good chance here, though, for an afterplant, but actually, straight away, we're going to see the Hunter's Fury just patiently waiting to see if he attempts another. Tagged him, but Bone Cold will survive. This should allow him to run. He's just connecting everything, put into his crosshair, and you can see the confidence. He's running straight in. He spots the man at the back, but Bone Cold takes him down. Still a 2 versus 4 scenario. Some weaker weapons on the remaining players, so there is still quite a lot to do. And Bone Cold, he might catch a player with the outro now. A free kill for him at least, but his teammates being pressured. kyedae needs to stay alive, and actually his pit's about to drop. Players low on the other side, a chance to try and clear them up, but it will be Mures to put him in the...
Do him.
Stop trying to convert everyone.
Everybody.
It's happened to Achilles as
Jess
well.
and Yinsu are the main 2. Join the bald guy.
Yeah, of course, of course. I would like to see you try and say that to Potter. Again, though, it's going to be the battle of the Jets, and this time he comes out on top. As said, we've seen Cned be the difference in all the rounds, and you know what? I think Acend agree with us. They've brought him back from the depths, and out for the reposition. He actually getting tagged up. He's going to have to fall back out of the site, and they're going to use this to try and claim some extra space. Zeke looking for a duel, hoping that someone's going to try and fight against him. But this time, Ryan, it's a lot more passive from Vivo Key.
Yeah, some of that post-plant or anti-plant utility coming out of the side of Vivo Key. Not really connecting all that much onto the star zone, to the point that he's actually just staying in that spot. Defo likes to do it a little bit. Pops up onto the high ground. Bone Cold with a recon that's going to see if any players come through on rafters, and it's just been watched keenly. This is a really nice post plan from Acend, but Vivo Keed still in it, dedicating the res as well. It's just Murray's left.
Oh, CNED's going to walk into him. Turns it into a 1v2 scenario. He's getting smashed with utility, but doesn't take much damage from it. The tap, oh, and he actually gets the conversion! This man moves on to the kill.
Kills, it's 100% worth it. Reminds me of Guild on Haven as well from LCQ.
I like this as well from Acend. I think they've realized, okay, chances are Vivo Keed want to battle for one of the ultimate orbs. Like, if your Jet is one away, you're going to be looking to try and get that Blade Storm. So they fight both sides of the map. One side with the drone, the other with the passive players waiting. CNED, who's going to expect him to be there? Like, he's peeking out off the back of his teammate's screen, going just that little bit deeper to allow him just a bit of space. And that's enough for him to basically shut down this round. There should be absolutely no way back into this one.
And just the fact that he didn't repeat from the same angle, he's still going for these fights, but just changing it up enough. He's intelligent to know where he could see what on any given position. Whilst he loses that, well, he doesn't lose it, but he doesn't get the kill in that first fire whilst he's playing on stairs. He backs off a little bit, catches Vixen. I think they know where he is, roughly.
Oh, they definitely do now.
They had an inkling before.
Okay. Maybe a little bit over-aggressive that time from Heat. Try to find someone on the B side. It's not where CNED has been. Now, I guess it's because they've also used the Viper's Pit on A. So they've tried to lock down that side of the map, and on the other side, the Viper's Pit ends up actually just being their own teammate. That is an interesting pit, though.
Yeah, and Zeke actually leaving the operator on the ground, so he can switch and swap if he wants. And I like what CNED was doing. He got that initial kill. He was still firing. You know, there's an operator over on B main on the attack, so maybe somebody from A pushes and they run into Zeke with an operator. But it's just that kind of... It's not really a play that you're going to expect on the side of Vivo Keed.
Vivo Keed right now have absolutely no clue what's going on. I can tell you that for the exact reason that Viper's Pit, they could have crossed over. They don't know. There's also been a drone that's gone through their own Viper's Pit on the other side of the map. And in reality, the attackers are pushing B long. So there is no information whatsoever. You can see Joe's just started like calling to his team. They're actually on B. You've gone A. They're planting here. I'm on my own. Is he about to get shot in the back? He is. Just had no idea. They've been completely confused, bamboozled by Acend, and it leaves just two players left, Ryan, to try and bring back a round where I'm sure they just want it to end.
Yeah, and even the fact that MWZ had to use an owl drone from so far out to clear kitchen. Now that's the area that Keylice is in. Vixen in a 1 versus 5. I love that Acend used that time.
Oh no, that's heartbreaking. From another CNED up above. Is the drone check for him? Now they've actually got the wall up, and he has definitely been spotted. We'll be able to escape before any real trouble begins, but has to try and back away. Again, 4 players already over here, just leaving the lone player of Zeke.
Yeah, and you also have this toxic screen as well, which is purely retake. So Morris is going to see this go. Maybe the site's completely open because usually you see that toxic screen go up to try and retain the site. Zeke thought he was big braining, but Heat there just on the high ground catches him out on that crossfire. Lovely play, but that utility's already set up from Acend. They are going to have to meander over. And with Morris still alive, I wonder how much he's lurking, because right now he's just planted face first into Ascend's sightline.
Oh, this is aggressive already. They're going to get things back into a more even scenario, and it has to be the fallback of the opposing Jet and Heat. They haven't even managed to get themselves the spike down. This is a retake before they've even got the plant. Ascend just come running through, and it's left all on to Vixen. It seemed like in terms of consistency, I think that's been the issue so far for Vivo Keed.
Well, other than the 2 4K rounds, we're doing a lot of maths this
let's stop that. You never do math on air.
Outside of the flashy rounds we've seen from him, he's just been chipping away. It's not like he's been multi-killing every single round.
Well, for now, this is a very weak purchase for Acend. They've just got those bonus weapons from before, a pistol alongside the Spectres. The range game is going to clearly favor the side of Vivo Keed. And by the looks of it, they're going to have a fairly easy B plant because the rest of the players are currently looking to try and challenge into mid. It's
scary though, you don't really have that Aldron. It was used already from MW. You might not even had the money to get it at this point. If you're looking at Heat, he's only got 25 armor, so even though this is a full buy, only just in some of these cases. But despite going down, there's no lurks, there's no cute plays from Acend, even though you are taking the attention for Vivo Keed, kind of watching behind him a little bit. Wall. Yeah, Zhao is playing very close.
Ooh, I'm wondering if they're going to try and counter all this. Starzo has his own that he might just look to try and peek out. They're going to already clear out one, but with the rifles in hand, they should just look to spam it through in the cleanup. doesn't take too long whatsoever. A solid hold from the side of Vivo Kid.
Synergy. It's not like MW0 is completely outcasted from this side. And I think so far, that's probably one of the reasons why this Vivo Kid team looks so in sync with each other.
Yeah, especially for a roster that I think a lot of people are just looking at them as that individual firepower team.
All in, no brain.
It's not. It hasn't really looked that way. They've had those lurk plays, decent trades. Sure, there's been a few flashy plays along the way, but they're looking much more well-rounded. Now, it's something I said yesterday when we saw the loss of Gambit. I never really like to judge a team just on their Icebox performance because I feel like it's a more simplified map than a lot of the others we have within the pool. So I don't want to take too much, but
sometimes that's nice, though.
True.
Especially for a first map that we've seen Vivo Kid in a while. It's just a good, like I said with Team Secret yesterday, stress tests. You're not going to be over egregious with compositions. And Boat Cold, again, dying in the same position as the last time. This one, it's an eco, so it's not really too much. But if they could scare Bone Cold away from playing in these spots where he wants to keep an eye out, that's going to work very well in Vivo Kid's favor. Like, confidence is so important for either side, but especially when it's on for Vivo Kid, that's a freight train.
There's a few ults fairly close for the side of Acend, so any kills they can get might actually benefit them quite a bit, but for now the hold,
that's a lovely movement
from Vivo Kid is looking stellar. Killers will at least get one, but it's not really going to harm the Brazilians too much. 9-8.
To really cause issues for Vivo Kid. Viper's Pit's going to be the first one used in a direction where a lot of traffic is going from the Brazilian side.
Killers is going to pop it, but back horse straight after their opponents try and adapt. Vivo Kid pick up the pace. They're going running straight in towards this site. Zeke's already dead, and it's Murray's again. 2 kills to open. Starzo at least is able to respond. The orbs already being retrieved. Maybe trying to get a little bit closer to that res. Joe is going to get himself another. Still quite far away from bringing a player back, but they might not need it at this point. CNED has found one, but at a cost of a lot of HP. There is, however, a res on the other side. SM would need to try and find a player here, and Bone Cold has been brought back, putting them in an advantageous spot. Killers has found another, making this one look more than possible, but he still stands alongside MW0. These two have been unbelievable thus far, but now it's just on to one. It looks like an impossible scenario. 10 HP to try and kill off 2. The shot dart isn't really going to do anything. Bone Cold tag, but it doesn't matter. It will be. Again, though, it's those openers. Like, Vivo Kid still managed to get 2 straight into the site. And
it's not deterring Acend, though. Look, they're still pushing. Like, they're putting up the Sage Wall, the Aldron to get information. It makes sort of regressing onto this A site more difficult. But Zeke is still just trying to face. He's been doing it a little bit, punished mostly, but I do like this angle. Joe being able to wall it up, there's not really going to be too much seen. And Vivo Kid at this point, not over-aggressing, it's just straightforward post-plant, sit back, killjoy lockdowns, creating a lot of different space, and the resurrect if they need it.
And on the other side of things, sure, there's a couple of ults that are not far away, the Blade Storm, also the Empress, just 1 kill needed to get either of those online. But they've got a lot still to do. Already getting spotting out. They've got this retake wall available. CNED is going to get 2 already. Looking like this is possible, but Vixen fighting. Looking to try and spray them down. It's left all onto Heat. The operator in hand. He's been spotted, but what is that flick? He's found himself one. Just trying to bait Zeke off the defuse, and he's already done it. Just leaving it down to this last player. A whiff spot, but he's buying time. And Zeke is just trying to stick it. Heat is going to close it.